Fine by me. Grenade! Can't run from me. Eat. Can't run from me. Grenade! You're mine. Run from me. Grenade! Grenade! Can't run from me. Fine by me. All mine. Run from me.
Welcome to Jacobstown, human. You're free to walk around. Just don't stare at the Nightkin. They don't like people looking at them. And if you're NCR, keep it to yourself. They're not popular around here. It was a resort pre-war. I renamed it to Jacobstown after an old friend. Died a long time ago. I figured us mutants needed a place to call our own. Town's far enough away from humans so they don't bother us much. One of these days I'm hoping we can trade with the rest of the wasteland. Was part of a super mutant army. Ran a town, walked the wasteland with a tribal. Now I'm here. The Master thought he could unify everyone. No. Town was Broken Hills. Bunch of super mutants, humans, and ghouls all living together peacefully. We were looking for a Gek to save the village of Arroyo. Eventually, we did. Nuked an oil rig in the process. We went separate ways after that. I went east into the Rockies, looking for other mutants like myself. Don't know what happened to my friend. I've got a feet. Lot of bad blood between super mutants and humans. Me? I don't really have a problem with the NCR. Set their sights a little too... Caesar thinks he can change human nature. Most of the Legion is following Caesar, not Caesar's ideals. When he's gone, it'll crumble. Might not happen overnight. Might take a few decades, but it'll happen. Basic human nature. They expand. Fast. If you got land they want, they'll take it. Eventually. Did it out west, they'll do it here. They keep rolling over people. Seen them grow from a single town, Shady Sands, into the Republic. Not really. Heard it's a paradise in the wasteland. Amazes me people would come from all over the waste to throw away everything they've got in that town. Nightkin suffers schizophrenia from the stealth boys they're always using. One of the reasons I settled Jacobstown was so they could be cured. While they're in town, the Nightkin aren't allowed to have stealth boys, so their craziness doesn't get worse. Trouble is, the Nightkin don't like being visible either. They don't take being exposed too well. Same as any civilized town. Don't start any fight.
Marcus could get us some miniguns. Missile launchers.
Something on your mind? Bighorners. Good eating. And we can trade the hides. Got a lot of wild ones around here, so it's easy to restock. I think one of these days...
Again? Better watch out. Lily's been babbling about her grandkids and spotted some humans down the road. Could be great cons.
Fine by me. Fine by me. Gonna be hard covering you when I can't move my legs.
Spotted some humans down the road.
Spotted some humans
Could
down
be
the road.
great
Could be
cons
great cons
again.
again.
Dr. Henry's pretty smart. Another human. One was enough. Bother someone else. I don't want anything. Dr. Henry, he's one of you. I represent the Nightkin. Marcus may lead this town, but the Nightkin listen to what I have to say. Doesn't mean I don't respect Marcus for what he's trying to do. However, he doesn't truly understand the difficulties of being a Nightkin. The stealth boys we use have cumulative adverse effects on our minds. Jacobstown was supposed to be a sanctuary. Instead, humans are always staring at things. It is different. Right now, I'm trying very hard.
Howdy.
Huh. I'd heard there were new people. Most of the time, I'm I'm also handy with tools. And once in a while I venture down into the valley to trade the big horner hides. Let me... Prospectors looking for salvage, usually. The great Khans come this way once in a while. Thank you. Change names and jobs every decade or so just to keep things interesting. I picked never really done much science stuff till now. I'm pretty good at it. Or so Dr. Henry tells me.
Prim? I assume this is about... The Nightkin have varying degrees of mental instability due to their addiction to stealth boy use. I'm currently investigating the local Night Stalker population, since they seem to have developed a natural stealth field. I've also gotten my hands on a working Stealth Boy Mark II prototype, but that experiment is riskier. I'd rather not pursue that research just yet. The stealth field has been modulated to use less power and thus last longer, but for some reason it has pronounced negative effects on the user. However, these pronounced effects will allow me to pinpoint exactly what parts of the brain they're affecting. Unfortunately, I'll need to run the test on a live subject, and Marcus has encouraged me to investigate the Night Stalker mutation first. It's possible, but I've yet to see any hard evidence or hear of any cases where humans were negatively affected. Its negative effects are more pronounced on Nightkin. Because Marcus asked me to, and because it's a reason for me to get up in the morning, I'd like to get one more grand accomplishment done. I'm not convinced that the Night Stalker mutation is a natural one, and I need someone to investigate their lair for proof. Some of the super mutants have looked around as well, but they've come back empty-handed. Lily might be interested in coming with you. She's lost a few of her bighorners to Night Stalker attacks, and would enjoy a little revenge. I've compared the brain chemistry of a Nightkin to one of the local Night Stalkers we killed. They both exhibit similar neurochemical changes. Now, I'm not claiming that Night Stalkers are running around wearing stealth boys, mind you. I just don't think it's all a coincidence. Cyberdogs and the like. It's not a field I work in much anymore. Yes, but the leadership and I didn't see eye to eye, so I left. It was the right decision, since the Enclave's oil rig was destroyed not long after. I prefer the solitude, and having a bunch of super... Maybe they can win this war after all.
The voices in my head are getting louder. Watching me. I can feel it. Don't look at me. You think Marcus could get us some miniguns? Or missile launchers? So many staring eyes. someone's watching me. I can feel it.
Primm has a new sheriff. That...
Hey there. Thanks. Bye.
should keep the powder gangers away.
are you holding up? Suit your... Sure, I...
Fine by me.
Been doing a lot of good work?
Nelson's back in our hands. I hope we can defend it this time.
Appreciate the help.
Nelson's back in our hands. I hope we can defend it this time.
Background? Take a...
It was early in the morning when he rode into the town. He came riding from the south side, slowly looking all around. He's an outlaw, loose and running, came the whisper from each lip. And he's here to do some business with the big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. In this town there lived an outlaw by the name of Texas Red. Many men did try to take him, and many men were dead. He was vicious and a killer, though a youth of 24, and the notches on his pistol numbered 1 in 19 more. 1 in 19 more. Now the stranger started talking, made it plain to folks around. Was in Arizona, Ranger wouldn't be too long in town. He came here to take an outlaw back alive or maybe dead. And he said it didn't matter, he was after Texas Red. After Texas Red. Wasn't long before the story was relayed to Texas Red.
Fine by me.
But the outlaw didn't worry, men that tried before were dead. 20 men had tried to take him, 20 men.
Hello.
You come around like a bad hat.
The morning passed so quickly, it was time for them
If
to meet. It was 20 past 11 when they walked out in the street.
Fine by me.
Jimmy? Little Jimmy? My... Oh, Jimmy, don't you...
What is it? If that's what you think. All right. Guess I'll be around Novak for a while.
Hello again, dear. Ooh, those nights. Again, oh, I grew up in Vault 17. I never even saw the sun. A spy, sometimes an assassin. I killed a lot of folks. Oh, he was a Oh. Leo was a very bad man. He tells me to do things, terrible things, and sometimes the medicine is... Well, of course there is, dearie. Oh. This old thing? Oh, I scavenged it off a wreck in Klamath. Leo showed me how to make it all ready for chopping. Oh.
Got a problem. Could use your help. Been having trouble with NCR mercs harassing the town, and they just showed up again. Killing our bighorners, shooting at the lodge, that sort of thing. It's getting hard to keep people from retaliating. Guess I can't say for sure if they're NCR. Whoever they are. You're human. I'm not asking you to kill them. Just talk.
Much cooler up here. I love it.
Our business is with the muties, not you. Just doing what I'm paid to do. Harass the muties until they leave or attack us. If they leave, we'll let them go. If they attack, we wipe them out. Either way, the job's not done until they're cleared out of the town. Won't name names, but some important folks in the NCR are sick of muties attacking their Brahmin herds. They want them gone from NCR territory. Maybe this group had something to do with attacking Brahmin, maybe not. Doesn't matter. We're getting paid to make them go away. I've always known when to fight and when to back down, and it seems to me I ought to back down this time. My men and I are leaving. You won't see us around here again.
Stupid bighorners.
Something on your mind? Smart, charismatic, hell of a mean streak. He's got a lot of pull with Nightkin, though. He talks, they listen. Was hoping he could draw the Nightkin to Jacobstown. Keen is saner than most, but I know he's thinking of going his own way again. He's aggressive and... because of a promise, one I haven't been able to keep. The Nightkin all suffer from schizophrenia. It's the Nightkin have a... That happens, there's a good chance other Nightkin will follow. It'll make it hard to get a cure to them. Worse, if Keen and the Nightkin tear up the Mojave hunting for stealth boys, people are gonna get killed. Most humans can't tell the difference between mutants. Might come here looking for payback. That's like saying Caesar and Kimball would listen to each other. Nightkin don't have a lot of trust for others. Good. Glad you didn't kill them, letting them walk. If NCR or anybody else is looking for an excuse to attack Jacobstown,
Making noise all night again.
Something on your mind?
Is there something else I can... There's still power, but the casing is cracked. I'm astonished that exposure to the stealth radiation could induce mutations so rapidly. More importantly, this explains why my research into this group of Night Stalkers hasn't come up with a cure for the Nightkin. There's only one avenue left for me. I need to run the Mark II test on Lily. It's the only way. Lily is eccentric, certainly, but I've never felt she was dangerous. More importantly, she asked if she could help me in some way. I've told her about the risk. Possibly immediate and permanent metal damage. There's a reason the Stealth Boy Mark II. Lily already has a pre-existing condition.
Hello again, dear. Of course, dearie. I know it's dangerous.
The equipment is hooked up and ready. Very well. Please stand back. All right, power on the Stealth Boy, Lily.
Turning it on. Feels strange. Strange but good.
Interesting. Try thinking aggressive thoughts now. Think about smashing a rad scorpion.
Lily smash! Yeah!
How are those readings looking, Calamity?
Stealth field is unstable and scrambling things. The reading says gamma wave activity is 0. But that can't possibly be right. Gamma wave activity is 0. That can't be right. Must be a result of the interference.
All right, we're done here. Go ahead and power the Stealth Boy down, Lily.
Oh, I liked having it on.
I'll get back to you on that in a moment, once I've analyzed the results.
Well, well, congratulations on getting the Mark II prototype functional, Doctor. Now, just hand it over, and we'll be on our way.
Keen has never liked me. If anyone can talk him into backing down, it'll have to be you.
My request is perfectly reasonable. Give us the Stealth Boy. There are caches of Stealth Boys out there with the Mark II. Our lives are... No, I didn't. Not until now, anyway. Very well, human. You've made your point, and I withdraw my request. So many staring eyes.
Hey there! Nice work with the Nightkin. I've never seen anyone able to talk their kind out of anything once they had their mind set to it. I got a lot of useful data from the experiment, and am a lot closer to a cure than before. It's occurred to me that this brief test might not yield a cure anytime soon. However, if Lily were to continue to wear the prototype... I'm close. Have you come to a decision on Lily?
Hey. Hey there. Absolutely no.
Don't you still have business with Dr. Henry?
Prim hasn't... Have you come to a decision on... Neuron... Prim has a new sheriff. That should keep the powder gangers away.
gentleman and I were just settling on a price. I'm afraid you'll have to hire one of the others this time around.
You want to travel through Freeside with ease, you hire a king. We're everywhere, and no one messes with us. Your safety is practically guaranteed. Freeside's a little dangerous for people traveling alone. You must be new.
Need some grub? You won't...
Evening.
Howdy. Aside from protecting the one researcher, I joined up looking for a decent paying job. Granted, they're worried the filthy drunkies in detox seeing me drink will cause an immediate relapse. I say their rehab effort. I've been around long enough to observe the patterns of human behavior. Physical. Hey, who doesn't enjoy a little pinch and squeal every once in a while? Time you enjoy wasting isn't wasted time. The only thing I know for certain is that I don't know nothing. Feed a man for free, and he'll be back asking for more. Feed a man a bullet. Longing makes the heart grow fonder. But I've always been a fan of hog-tying my lovers to make sure they can't escape. Time you enjoy... What starts in misery tends to stay. That's when Mr. House's robots rolled out of the Lucky 38 and started... Lots of folks died. Some scattered to the winds. What about him? The king himself, though? He's got that something special you can't put a finger on. Too bad he likes girls with skin. I reckon they care about getting water and the locals. Before or after the human race shot itself in the foot. Before the war, Mr. House was a famous captain of industry. Since the war, though, didn't make a peep for near 200 years. I don't know how they do it. They're like, if they didn't charge for their services, I'd think they was crazy. But nah, they're just a couple of rad scorpions, those two. Gloria is the stable one. Or rather, she'd tell her brother to do it for her. John Baptiste is one of the sicker humans I've had the displeasure of observing.
Hi. If you're looking for medical help, try the other doctors. I'm just a researcher. Oh, you know, finding alternative treatments for common illnesses and injuries. Stim packs out of... As far as fruitless wastes of time go, it's... For the past 100 years or so, the followers have managed to... But the side effect of medical success is that more people live longer. Funny how that works. Eventually, we'll run out of hospitals to loot. We need new ways to produce those supplies, or maybe old ways if this research... I'm enthusiastic about helping people, but nihil novi sub sole. Caesar can cite Cato to suit his purpose. Many people have spoken Latin. It's unfortunate that the language is now associated with... Not from the Legion, if that's what you're getting at. Books, sheet music, gladiator movie holotapes, bits and pieces here and there. The followers have extensive libraries, but we all draw water from the same old well. Even Caesar. I don't know anything that the others couldn't tell you. He wanted to rebuild the new world in the image of the old. A sad story of good intentions gone bad. If you set aside his leadership capabilities, extensive knowledge, and ruthless cunning, he's just another jerk who steps on people to get his way. Oh, sorry. If agave and mesquite were that miraculous, the locals would have figured it out a few thousand years ago. Sir? Not all followers are people persons. Besides, someone needs to do research. I have no problem with Julie sticking me back here. Out of sight, out of mind. There are worse... Though it has a noble goal, I don't... No offense intended, but why should I go anywhere with you? That seems appropriately resolute and yet vague. If you plan to help Caesar's Legion, this is going to be a brief relationship. I may not have all the answers for how to fix Freeside's problems, but Caesar taking control isn't part of the solution. Fair? As the old saying goes, two's company, but three's a small army.
Grandma's got a present for you. Hello again, dear. All right then, dearie. Now you
What's up? All right.
All that wealth is wasted on the Strip. There are people in Freeside who need food and medicine.
Hey. Wish the followers would get me some better armor.
Yeah.
We're gonna have rat tonight. Thanks, mister.
The king controls the water pump. If you want water... If we let everyone run amok, the damn NCR would shut us down. Just a few...
Welcome to the Silver Rush, New Vegas' best source of laser and plasma weapons. I'm afraid I'm gonna have to search you before... Then you know.
Howdy.
Welcome to the Atomic Wrangler. I have some work I need handled. Back before we instituted the caps up front rule, we used to... Well, needless to say... If you bring all their debts back, we'll give you a cut of each. All right? If we hear you crossed us, the next I'd prefer you not just get the caps. Great. There are 3 people who need to be tracked down. A real mixed basket of fruits. Grex is a bit cracked. He owes up. Lady Jane fancies herself a high roller, but she's just another dirtbag NCR prospector. I hear she's run goods for the followers of the Apocalypse in the past, but other locals might know more. Santiago is a suave son of a bitch, but a total pansy when it comes to fisticuffs. He owes 2... Grex... He owes 100... Since you're new, you best make a good... Rooms are just a... We've got if you'd like to do a bit of gambling...
Welcome to the Atomic Wrangler. Looking to exchange? How many chips would you like? Here's your chips. Till next time. Welcome to the Atomic Wrangler. How many chips? Here.
Welcome back. Thanks.
Hey, baby. Head on down to the Atomic Wrangler if you want to have a good time.
If it can be bought, it can be found at Mick and Ralph. Stop by. Mick and Ralph's is located just before the East Gate. If it can be bought, it can be found at Mick and Ralph's.
Check it out. Between the... Nah, just some idiot. Hey! Looking for a fix, man? Bye. If you're looking for guns... Pleasure doing business with you. I only offer... Alright. Yeah, I've got a little side business going. Over the years, I've gradually perfected my craft to the point of perfection. What I'm referring to is passports. If you've got the caps, I can whip up a strip pass... Hey, if you're interested and have the caps, what do you... No problem.
Welcome to Mick and Ralph's. If you need... If you... Anything else I... In that case, follow me. Like I always say,
Okay. I'll do my best.
Yep. Hey, buddy. Spare. The first thing you should know is that Freeside is run by a... There's a rumor that a... What? Have you tried going... But if... Well, the Strip... There's a guy out on the main drag who sells second-hand adventuring gear. He's got an okay selection. But where does it come from? What do you... Ever hear of the Gun Runners? They sell just... A traveler that passed through here not long ago told it. I've heard the Garretts over at the Atomic... There was a rumor a while back that the White Gloves... I've heard people passing through mention some kind of underground fights pitting creatures of... And when I say underground, that's their word. If you thought the... At the north... What? In the area between the north and east gates is the old Things have generally been... But lately, I got more where the NCR used to run a prison to the southwest. That... Traders have been griping for a while now about I-15. He might not look it, but Ralph... Caught a rumor the other day that some of the clientele over at the Wrangler have been making some... Stuff like weirdos wanting the... Northwest of the big Freeside sign is a casino. People in Freeside generally fall into... When people from the NCR and other... Mention the NCR and people around here get a little on... What do you... The chairman run a casino on the Strip.
hear a troublesome Legion camp got razed to the ground. Uh-huh. Look, McLafferty's a hard boss, but she knows what she's doing, that's for sure.
You have to hand it to the NCR. Get enough guys working together and they can make or break just about anything.
Welcome aboard.
If it's bad news, you can take it up with the Colonel. If it's good news, it better... Back at drugged up. I've got 3 fiends I want. First one calls herself Violet. God knows why. The name is the prettiest thing about her. Spends most... And finally, Cook. Rapist, pyromaniac, and damn good chef if you believe the fiends we've captured. I'm not gonna feed you any bullshit. These aren't your common Vegas trash. They've all killed good ends. You go after them. Any of them. You're... Violet it is. Wish I could give you more advice on how to bring her down, but we know less about her than the other 2. Just watch out for the dogs. She raises them herself. Might as well be their mother. Good question. Fiend territory is southeast of here, but they range all over the area. One more thing. If you want them, that means no headshots, no decapitations till after they're dead, and no damage to the face. If you want to be safe, aim for the... You bring me a head that looks like a rotten tomato, people will be doubting, and Good luck.
I'm not exactly a mercenary, but taking out scumbags of this magnitude wouldn't cause me to lose any sleep.
Let me guess. You got work for me, right? Well, you're too late. I just quit the bounty trade. As soon as I pick up some caps that Daughtry owes me. Well, shit. Feel free to stick a knife in the old E. Guess that's as good a reason as any to quit this stinking shit. Because I killed a couple of marks for him, that's why. Damn right they were. They were good, too. Till I popped a couple shells in their ass. See, somebody gives me a job, I do. Oh, yeah. Crazy. And I need at least 10, 12 hours of sleep to do my job. Price of excellence. Well, hey. Simple. Gonna make myself some... Once I get my caps from Daughtry, I'm going to head on over to Gamorra. There's not as many people playing at Gamorra, so that means I've got better odds of winning big. I got this figured out.
Nelson's back in our hands. I hope we can...
Never seen you around before. What do you want? What gave me away? They don't. My partner's got some potential, so I let him wear those goofy glasses. I tell him they're his training shades. He told... Truth is... Not unless you count the fiends as serious. Gorobet's key. Sooner or later, they'll move us out. Legion fights... Some cute little junkie bitch, so fucked up she doesn't even know that she's the bad guy. And I've got a headshot her. Makes me think. Might just be sex, though. I see some cute little number, and I'd rather get in her pants. So maybe I'm a stone-cold bitch after all. The little guy. 10 of spades. I like him because he listens. Also, he doesn't pull any stupid come-ons, like practically every other horn dog alpha male on this base. Yeah, we spot free. Thing is, there's a lot of assholes in the army. I keep hoping they'll pair me up with some hot blonde like you see on... Shit, I don't even care if she can shoot straight.
Nelson's back in our hands. Hope we can defend it. I'm Bitter Root, 1st Recon. You trying to start trouble? It's a Khan name. You know, the Great Khan. I figured I grew up around the bastards. They owed me a name after all. Then he... Guess I could tell a pretty good story if I had a mind. They brought me to Daughtry after the... It's like I tell Major Daughtry. Best not to look. Could be that NCR found some blood on me and none of it mine. Could be that a few of the... I had scores of my own to settle. Deeper ones than NCR. I like to keep... Yeah, look. He's not my real father. We won't go...
Hey! Shit. Long as I can...
Yeah?
Howdy. Name's Sterling. First... Got a good memory for faces. I call her the Long Carabine. Used to be a ranger. One of the first they sent out east back before we took the dam. Observation and reconnaissance. We took the lay of the land, checked out... Well, that wasn't really a matter of... They had themselves some fun with me. Mangled my hands and... Wasn't much good with the pistol after that. Wasn't gonna be trekking across the waste on any more long scouts either. Caesar's boys figured I wasn't going anywhere after what they'd done to me. I crawled out of there on my elbows and knees. Must have looked a sight. Then I rolled down an embankment into the Colorado. Guess I had a mind to drown rather than give Caesar's boy. But a couple of rangers happened to be watching from across the river. They jumped on. Going on. Oh.
I'm Lieutenant Gorobets, 1st Recon. If you're looking to... We're the finest sniper outfit in the whole NCR. If you need a bullet put into a target's eye... Some of my team aren't without their share of scars, though. Cook, one of the fiends, ambushed her and 10 of spades. They both managed... Betsy shrugged it off like it was nothing, but her behavior keeps getting worse. Always making passes at every woman who wanders by. It's inappropriate for anyone at 1st Recon to behave that way. I could... I'd appreciate it. As her CO, I could order her... Corporal Sterling was an NCR ranger until he was captured. He wasn't able to be a ranger after that, but his eyes are still sharp, so I had him... We're the finest sniper... If they've proven hard to kill, yes.
Yeah? The lieutenant's been talking to you, hasn't he? Look, you don't see the others crying about Damn. Never had you pegged for the drill instructor type, but you got my attention. You can tell the lieutenant that I finally caved. I'll... get help. There's a Dr. Usanagi who's supposed to be good at this sort.
Howdy. What brings you back?
What can I do for you? I caught the tip. Let's hope the bit... Do me a favor and let Usanagi know Corporal Betsy is coming.
You remember me, right? The LT... It was my fault. See, I was... not... She's my... Shit, you sound like the LT. I should have woken up. That shit was my fault. I don't want to... Yeah.
If it's bad news, you can... I'm not gonna feed you any bullshit. One thing I should tell you about Cook. Also, bounty hunter talks big, but he's still alive, so he can't... I think he's out in the yard waiting to... One more thing. If you...
I'm not exactly a mercenary, but taking out scumbags is nothing.
I'm Bitter Root, first recon.
Just as a warning, my covert bandaging skills are a little rusty.
Hey.
I'm Lieutenant Gorobet. Nelson's back on.
Never seen you around before. You can...
I say you're still alive. Adoptive father, yes. I was very...
You have to hand it to the NCR. Get enough hands working together.
A little busy at the moment. This? Nobody ever said some head researcher. Mostly on the dam project, but I helped.
You mean give you...
A pleasure to meet you. I'm Dr. Tom. From Alice. I'll see that she's paid right away. Crimson Caravan runs a tight operation. Was there anything else? Wonderful. Straight to it then. Have you signed the release forms? No? Vault 20? Imagine, if you will, the wasteland in... We need... I believe that the plans is... Vault's tip... I thought downloading the data will be handled by your Pip-Boy. You might think of yourself as a mere means of conveyance.
Hildern is a good example of big picture. At some point, he became so fixated on large-scale... Kind of you to say, but there are...
Did Dr. Hildern... Not interested. More concerned. It's just... There were a lot of mercs. One after... Then about a week ago, there was a scientist, Keeley. She's unusual. Not the sort of person you'd expect. But she's an absolute genius, and he didn't mention her? But now he's hired you. Which means one of two things. Either he heard back... Listen, I make a fair wage, but I'm not rich. Not by any means. Maybe my kind of money wouldn't appeal to your average merc. But I'm willing to pay you if you'll... I couldn't get her to say, but she talked about the war. He's not what you'd call warm. Most of the time I focus on... If Hildern tries to recruit any more mercs... My father used to say good things.
Yes? Something... I never said you were. Fair enough. Beck... No. You aren't the first person I've sent to the vault. I'd have to consult my records. You want certainty? You'll never find... Take my advice. Forget about Williams. She's a talented researcher, but she doesn't understand. Now, I know you...
I'm usually good with faces, but I don't think I've seen... You don't cook by any chance, do you? Farber... Honestly, we're fighting a lot of fires right now. We've got the Legion breathing down our... Yeah, on top of everything else, I can't send a patrol on a bathroom break without it being ambushed by someone who heard they were coming. So somebody's... That vault is a hornet's nest. If you have second thoughts, no one would think less of you for it. But if you can get him home, watch for civilians too. The fiends have been kidnapping locals. But now we're trying to... I have Lieutenant Boyd on that already, and she's excellent. But I think she... Talk to her if you like. Her office is right above mine. I'd like to have absolute trust in my men, but we don't have much to go on right now. Lately, it derails everything. Captain Curtis is heading up the investigation right now. It's our main base. We took it because it lets us keep an eye on the Strip, and it had already been fortified before the Great War. From here, we handle most... But our... Bye.
Boyd's in there with a prisoner right now. Boyd's in there with a prisoner right now. Boy, is she pissed.
You stick out like a sore thumb around here. You sure you're in the right place? We captured an honest-to-God centurion of Caesar's Legion. Better believe it. And they're so twitchy, they'd probably do it. Problem is, but here's... I think if you rough him up enough and really put some fear... So let's do this. That's the... Long time no see, Silus.
Lieutenant, I was just thinking about you.
That's so.
I was just thinking about that pretty neck of yours.
How sweet.
I was thinking about how it would look with a Legion slave collar on it.
I'll pass.
Do you know what I love about our slave collars, Lieutenant?
If you love them, maybe you should try one on.
I love how tightly they fit. I train my men to make sure the slave's flesh bulges a bit around the top and bottom. Know why?
It's all the rage in fashion circles?
Not quite. If you fit it just right, their body never gets used to the feeling of wearing it. It cuts in just enough when they swallow or turn their head to remind them who they belong to. And it's that constant reminder that keeps them docile.
In that case, maybe you'd better save the collar you were gonna give me.
Oh? For whom?
For a friend of mine you're about to meet. My friend isn't very docile.
And who is this friend of yours?
You know all the rules the NCR instituted to protect enemy prisoners of war?
Of course.
My friend doesn't. Oh, and Silus, if you resist at all, I'll personally blow your brains out. Come on in, he's all yours. I'll be back in a bit to see how you're getting along. And I'll need you to surrender your weapons before you go in. You can pick them up from the locker on your way out.
What an ugly little worm you are. What pile of excrement did the lieutenant pluck you from, worm? You must have some reason to be in your line of work. Tell me, what did the Legion do to you? Did we enslave your children? Slaughter your family before your eyes to teach you a lesson? Whatever it was, I hope I was there to give the order. Foot soldiers of the Legion are trained not to have to think for themselves, to have conflict removed from their minds. They kill themselves to evade capture because they are not trusted to make such a decision rationally in the heat of battle. But I'm no foot soldier. I knew I could escape captivity on my own without revealing the tiniest iota of information to my captors. I'll show you, Gutless, you sniveling...
Is something the matter,
Get
Silus?
away from me.
You look upset. Here, maybe you'd better step out. You've upset him.
Miserable fucking degenerate.
I don't know. I thought he seemed like a nice guy.
If we were on the other side of the river, I'd have him torn apart by dogs.
That's a long walk, Silus. I don't think it's gonna happen. You'd better just talk.
Your tactics are a joke.
If you don't like dealing with me, I can bring my friend back in.
Both of you can rot.
Have it your way. Come on back in. I think he misses you.
We don't have anything to discuss, worm. Coward. I've faced odds that would make your NCR soldiers wet themselves. I've led charges against men with guns, carrying only my knife. And I can tell you, it was they who feared me. But suicide is a weak death on a battlefield. It says to your enemy that you fear capture. It says if you're caught, you can be broken. You think I'm going to slit my throat for some megalomaniacal self-appointed dictator? I didn't work my way up to have it all be taken from me out of some irrational paranoia. Caesar's losing it. I believe that. He's been shutting himself in his tent. Privately, he complains of headaches. Whatever it is, it's affecting his ability to lead. Time was essential for my mission, but we waited 3 days for him to dispatch us. Another of his headaches. Does that sound like a man in command? He has an operative planted in this very base, but does he use his agent to rescue me? No. He's content to have the agent spend his nights radioing troop positions back to our base camp. He knows I'm here, and he's left me to rot. I don't know. I know he sends intelligence by radio in the middle of the night. Sometimes that intelligence would find its way to my Canteri. Then you're a fool. That man reports to Caesar on what I do here. The Legion isn't going to take me back. My only hope is to escape and disappear. But if I escape and he reports it, they'll hunt me down as long as I live. It served me to report him as much as it served you. I hope the Legion burns your wretched body at the stake when they conquer this place. Nothing I could tell you would do anything to stop that. Get away from me.
You did well. I don't know how you did it without putting a scratch on him, and I'm a little And it could save us more than that when all is said and done. This is about double the standard fee we'd give a consultant, but from what I saw, you're more of an artist. So think of this as your commission. Yep.
I really hope General Oliver has a good plan if the Legion comes back.
Evening. Did the Colonel send you? I know. I've been crying. My husband, he's a ranger and he... Colonel...
Listen, ass, and I want my 50 caps back. Because I looked it up and there ain't no disease, so I paid... Wait. Well, some of... And doesn't need to all come from the same source. There are a bunch of different vendors. Here... I don't know. Oh, I've heard of a place called House Tools you could check out. The Crimson Caravan. Here.
Did the Colonel send you?
Nice to meet you. I'm Curtis. Smart man. I could use some... Whoever our mole is, he's been slippery. Whenever one of the MPs gets too close, he changes his habit. You want my advice? Start by talking to people with a lot of eyes in the field. People like Luke. Careful with Contreras, though. Keep me apprised of any...
Okay, I'll do my best.
Let me guess. The rapist with the flamethrower? Yeah, that's a I was stalking him for a while. Real good at that. Might make him...
What can I do for you? Let's hope the bit.
Howdy. As a matter of fact, it's funny that you got myself a habit of looking. Around about 1 in the morning, I spied some lights in the control. And every time I ask about it, they tell me the place was empty. No.
Hello?
What can I do for you?
You remember me, right?
Didn't think you'd be back. What's it?
Yeah?
I say you're still alive, and that's
You're back. That's the Phoenix monocyte breeder. The implant is mental trauma can be just as debilitating as physical injuries. Fortunately, I'm well qualified. You're back.
Welcome back. Well, as much as there is a negotiation with a smaller trading outfit that... There's also the matter of... And finally, I need someone to acquire...